This also costs 100 gold a pop to use because it costs Diamond Dust worth 100 gold.
Yeah, I mean, that's annoying, but by the time you're using 5th level spells, I don't think that's going to be prohibitively expensive. That's going to be cheaper than taking them back to town in a sack. Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Greater Restoration.
Unlike less restoration, I don't have literally any way.
I'm petrified. Oh, I feel better now.
We did it. You've identified also the single use case that this entire spell has. So the text here is not particularly long, and it is a 5th level spell for bards, clerics, druids, artificers, peace domain clerics get it automatically, and celestial warlocks can learn it if they want to. It says these words: action cast, instantaneous duration, school of aberration, range of touch. You imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. You cannot reduce the target. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1, or and one of the following effects on the target. One effect that charmed or petrified the target. One curse, including the target's attunement to a magic item, which remove curse can do. Any reduction to one of the target's ability scores, and one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum.
I really think it should just straight up relieve exhaustion.
The answer is it should, but they can't because they really, really screwed up some of the balancing levers on Wish. So, yeah. The real combo with this bad boy is Wish gives you levels of exhaustion to use. If I remember correctly, there are some other effects in this game that give you levels of exhaustion to use. The Barbarians one feature, Battle Razor or whatever, technically gives you levels of exhaustion, but no one has ever once wanted to undo that with Greater Restoration. So, like,
I'm sure the Barbarian wanted it.
Yeah, probably. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Wish doesn't give you exhaustion. I just tried to find exhaustion by searching find in Wish and could not find it. It still, like, Bob, you start. What do you do with this thing? Anything? Is it just trash? Is this unusable? Is it a waste of 5th level spell slots? Should you ever prepare this thing?
Well, I mean, it's the sort of thing, like, if you have it, like, what was it? Peace Domain Cleric gets it automatically?
Yeah.
Is that what, yeah. Well, that person's going to be very happy when it comes time to use it.
Against the singular basilisk in the entire campaign.
Well, I mean, there are other things. I mean, if you have it handy and somebody you don't want to be charmed is charmed, it might be worth an action to get rid of that.
So 3rd level spell slots to dispel magic. That seems better than that, right?
You know. Let's see. Yeah, the reduction to the ability scores and the hit point maximum, I don't put a lot of value in.
I think that will happen actually never anymore. I don't think they're making new monsters that do either of those things. And I think most of the old monsters that do those things don't really interface with them. And most of them end on a long rest anyway, which is when you would repair this.
And there's nothing here about, like, mind control, unfortunately.
No.
Except for the charmed.
Yeah, if the charmed is associated with mind control, it'll end that effect. And a lot of them are.
I mean,
so, if dominate person, for example, does that.
If this could reverse a dominate person, that would be neat.
And again,
still not too far out of this boat.
The counterspell and dispel magic are both better than this at doing that, right?
All right, yeah. I mean, counterspell though. This automatically happens, right?
You have to touch the thing,
right?
So
but counterspell, it's only automatic below a 3rd level spell effect, right?
Unless you match it. So if you match dominate monster or dominate person, which is 5th level slot, this will match it. And
all right, so they're going to be some
never occurs.
So there might be some. Anyway, niche uses aside, like, I don't know. Is there a difference? Do you care whether you're a prepared caster or not?
Yes, you always only ever want to prepare this, and you will prepare it when you need it. And I might be thinking of the resurrection magic. So let's look at Raised Dead. Did that give levels of exhaustion? Does he make you exhausted to use it? They're like, I think with the need of what this one I'm getting at.
We had an argument about that before.
Yeah, it does negative effects as well.
Yeah.
the important text here definitely is the removing levels of exhaustion and the game mechanics that give that without you being exhausted normally, which doesn't happen all that often. So what I mean by that is not resting, gaining levels of exhaustion is going to happen less frequently than gaining levels of exhaustion through features. I think you use this as a counterweight to those things that provide exhaustion, right? You use this as a way to go, how do we make it so we can keep using the exhaustion-based features? You keep greater rest during whenever is using it. After that, it's going to look like a rare petrifying cure every once in a while, a rare, I need this instead of a dispel magic because I happen to have this prepared instead. And more often than not, this is going to be a worse version of lesser restoration. I have no idea why this doesn't also encapsulate all of the conditions lesser resto restores.
Well,
It just
lesser
should,
restoration
right?
does that. I don't know.
But like this is
Yeah,
a 5th level spell.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah, the pet. I guess the exhaustion is one thing in the moment. The petrified thing. Yeah, I could see that. Taking this because like, all right, the battle's over. My friend's still petrified. That's going to be a permanent condition unless I use this to fix it. Everything else, like even
Well, I'm gonna
charmed, I was
sack and
trying to
prepare
go.
it back in town, right?
Yeah. Uh Even the charmed, I try to play devil's advocate, but really, I mean, just finish the fight. That's gonna wear off. Most of this crap's gonna wear off.
Yeah, hit the charmer to end the spell effect, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy way around it. This also costs 100 gold a pop to use because it costs diamond dust worth 100 gold.
Yeah, I mean, that's annoying, but by the time you're using 5th level spells, I don't think that's gonna be prohibitively expensive. That's gonna be
I
cheaper than taking them back to town in a sack.
really hate that this has range of touch. I really hate that I have to go put myself in danger to remove the petrified condition the one time I'd want to use it, right? Like if you're in a basilisk den and the basilisk petrifies somebody, I have to run into its eyesight to heal them. Don't want to do that. That seems like a way to get myself petrified.
Oh,
I don't know how outside of removing exhaustion this gets out of one territory, so I guess that's how it gets out of one territory is the niche exhaustion use case. Is a bet sometimes you don't want to have disadvantage on all ability checks, and this is a 5th level text to not have a disadvantage on all ability checks to do that. Sure.
so 2.
I think 2 seems fair. It's way overcosted. The fact that there's so many redundant effects that fix the problems this does at lower levels, dispel magic, counterspell, remove curse, all of them do what this does better. I don't see much use for ever preparing this. I wouldn't recommend ever preparing this again unless you're going against basilisks. Even then, you might want to just take countermeasures to it instead.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If you're going to fight a nest of basilisks, yeah, take this one.
We found the one place where it's decent. And no campaign is ever going to see that happen. And very few campaigns will see that happen.
Basilisks are popular, but yeah, I don't know about nests of them. All right, 2 it is. Not a great spell. Be greater restoration. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. If we're wrong, if this is a great spell, you should absolutely always have ready and available. We want to know your thoughts. Otherwise, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.